This is a great time to capitalize on something like applying for a job or asking for something you want, because you are magnetic, charming, leaderful, gracious, and likable. Like, it's good vibes for how you present yourself to the world. Astrology. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The luckiest month of 2026, June, falls right in your sign, and it's blessed energy. It can translate all over your chart into positive energy, fortunate growth and expansion, and of course, luck. And so we can't wait to talk about how Jupiter and Venus in Cancer will operate for you throughout the whole month of May, but more importantly, spinning a whole year cycle into being. We're going to draw your eyeballs over to Chiron, moving out of your 10th house where he's been wounding your career and reputation for 9 years or more, and moving into Taurus where he will operate in a new whole way. We're going to bring that story to your attention because it is epic and important, and it is a new story for how you're going to shift something in the way you make money and the way you perceive your long-range goals and dreams. And there's another energy to bring you to your beautiful eyeballs and attention, and that is you're going to see that Mars moving through a part of your chart that represents social groups this month could do some really intense paring away of social groups, but also changing the way you think you want your life to look, moving you into a new vision or a new direction of your long-range visionary imaginal goals and wishes. So let's talk about how this month of June will look for you. I'm recording in May, and I keep wanting to say May. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian. This is Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology. In our video today, we're going to navigate through your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. If you're new here, hit the like button and subscribe. If you're one of my regulars, thank you. Rising sign represents your career and purpose. Moon represents your nest and home and emotions and feelings and thinkings. And the rising sign, it does represent who you are in the simulation. It is your character, the avatar, the meat suit, the personality, but it is very sensitive to circumstantial changes based on the sky. Listen for all three. After the age of mid-40s, quite often your sun becomes very active as well as a predictive tool. I'm just about to dive into a 30-minute time with you, week by week, day by day, navigating through the story of the sky. But before I begin that for you, Cancer suns, moons, and risings, would you mind if I share a few things? I'm in celebration mode. I finally crossed over 150,000 subscribers in this first week of May when I'm recording this for you. If you would like to celebrate with me, code CELEBRATE, all capital letters, is what you need to get 40% off all courses that I have taught in the past, housed at my LoriLothian.com new website. Use code CELEBRATE. Everything from finding past lives in your chart to finding the people like husband, spouse, children in your chart, to finding your natural gifts and talents, to finding your love cycles and stuff like that. So all of that is in the description box. Go click it and go celebrate with me. I have my Divine Timing Masterclass finishing the last week of May. On the last weekend is my last class, Distributions Through the Bounds. If you want to learn that tool with me, come jump in. I'd love to see you there. You can get a super big discount code. It's in the description box underneath to not only jump in for that class, but get the 4 classes you missed bundled in for a really good price for you very late comers. And lastly, come to my Chiron in Taurus webinar. In the description box is a link to get on the wait list or to sign up. You want to go to that webinar. It's going to be important. Let's get going. Wow. I am so jazzed for you guys. I think you're going to love the month of May. I want you to time travel backwards. This is your sign. And we're using whole sign houses. Please do. I want you to time travel back to July of last year. July of last year. I mean to be in June here, by the way, but we'll keep it like that because I want to show you something. I want you to travel back to July of last year, because June of this year, in July of last year, okay, I have something similar going on. What they have going on is we have Venus and Jupiter co-joining in your sign. Now, that is rare. They will join together once every 12 years, but not often 2 years in a row. What's happening here this month will set in motion a story that lasts a year of your life, almost a year, 11 months or so, 10, 11 months. And it's also very important to understand that this energy already played out. So if you go back to last July, and not just the month of July, but all the way to this very moment, how have you felt blessed in your increase of success in your career, the gains of your career, the rewards and money and perks of your career should have escalated or gone up since then. And you may have noticed other blessings too. So we're going to break it down when we get to that part of the sky, but you're doing it 2.0, a second version of what you've already done. So let's move ahead. Chronological order, please. All right, Mercury will sextile Chiron. Mercury in a sextile to Chiron is something to do with the grand finale of an old wound that wants to heal the last couple of days of May and the first day of June. What it means is that you're coming into a time where after since 2019 February, you've been coping with feeling like you haven't quite stuck the landing on your life's purpose, career, gifts, and talents being expressed. Although some of you may try to move into professions that you would call healing, guiding, or mentoring other people since 2016. But now you had a final grand finale story as Mercury sextiles Chiron at the end of May, last 2 or 3 days of May, and you feel the overflow into June 1st. The energy is kind of like, I'm calling it grand finale, but what have you learned at a deep soul level from the bowels of your soul and past lives and your deepest contemplative, navel gazing, karmic pattern, ancestral line story self? What have you learned? Because now you're going to come up with the last insight, the last clear idea. It could be a dream at night, meditation. It's going to set your course so purpose and career become one over the next few years. There's no separation, no daylight between your purpose and your career. They're all aligned at this time after this Mercury hookup, probably anyway. We move forward and we get into the next story, which is we're now landing our ass on June 1st. So June 1st, the first thing that comes into our story is the beginning of the sun in a flow to Saturn. Saturn and sun together are very, very positive energies, but Saturn is a debilitated planet here in the sign of Aries. So you're persevering, working hard, grinding, but you want to be impatient, reckless, and impetuous, but you can't. And you might even want to get things done quickly. Like, I want to get this work done quickly. And you're just grinding to get it done as fast as you can so you can get it over with. Or something to do with your job or damage reputation or something like that up here. And you're just dealing with that Saturn. But here's the deal. Sun is smoothing the waters out for you. You'll feel it June 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And it's kind of like, okay, let's do something to make this less difficult. So the sun can shine light in how you make money. The sun is the owner of your money house. So maybe it's things to do with backroom deals or negotiations, or money from foreign lands and distant shores, or money connected to international companies, or barter and trade, or digital income and borderless revenue. That kind of solar energy in the 12th house, who owns your earnings house, wants to work with Saturn for durable, sustainable, lasting, and well-paced ways to succeed in your career and also make money. You might go into deep contemplation and find a proper answer. And that is how I see it. You might also want to do a business partnership here. And if you come up with a business partnership idea, your business partner may be connected to distant shores and lands from where you currently live. On the 3rd of the month, Mercury flows to the North Node of Fate. Mercury is information and news, and the North Node is in the 9th house. But you also, with Mercury here, are the one who gives the news or the one who has the ideas. Look inward, see what ideas are coming through your thinking, intellectual capacity around the 3rd of the month that open up possibilities of worldly success connected to many things: travel, international travel, book publishing deals, writing, education, educational settings, especially the educational settings that you would call higher education. And this could indicate destined success in all of those areas. Mercury with Venus, Mercury with Jupiter is so damn lucky. And this combination opens up a portal to your 9th house. Depends on what kind of work you like to do. Everyone is different, but Jupiter rules your livelihood, work and job house, employer-employee relationships. And with this combination of Mercury, Jupiter, for example, it's conceivable, and Mercury ruling your 3rd house, online work, social media work, or work connected to hand of the king, executive assistant, having a powerful position next to the powerful head honcho, that kind of work can really open up doors for you. And you might have some ideas about whether that's something you want or not. Pay attention to ideas and information coming to you that may bring you more worldly success, as I suggested, personally, more fulfillment, and more of an alignment with how you wish to be of service in the world, but also succeed in a worldly way. Mercury squares Neptune at the same time, and there may be something going on here where you see through an illusion or a fog bank, where you've been unrealistic about your career purpose and direction and professional endeavors, and now you can have a kind of new angle on it, a more realistic angle, right? Because maybe you're working too hard and you're impatient with how hard you're working. Here's the lucky break. This is on the 25th degree of Cancer. If your sun, moon, or rising is around, I'd say if your sun, moon, and rising is 24, 25 Cancer, let's go from 20 Cancer to 29 Cancer. Let's make it big. You guys are really loving this feel. Okay. This thing, it feels good to you. You are like feeling it personally. Cancer sun, your career path and purpose. Cancer moon, your home nest and your mother relationships and your how you feel emotionally. And then rising is your character in the simulation that gets this intensity. But this combination with Mercury right here, right, is very formidable. It has a huge spillover to multiple areas of your life. It can be a very good blessing for your relationship, for example, with your siblings. It can be a very good blessing for your relationship with a sibling, one older than you, most particularly, as well as two older than you, most particularly. There is a vibe here that connects you to a sense of gratitude and joy. You're feeling it strongly on June 9th. You're feeling it building 3 days before and 3 days after. Now, to me, this is a great time to capitalize on something like applying for a job or asking for something you want, because you are magnetic, charming, leaderful, gracious, and likable. Like, it's good vibes for how you present yourself to the world, especially Cancer rising. You can use this energy. It's helping heal that chironic wound that you've been having in your 10th house of career and purpose that's been nagging you, that's been difficult to find the alignment with your professional endeavors and your purpose, your retired alignment with your retirement plans and how you activate retirement and what's meaningful to you, rather than, say, golfing all day or just playing bridge or something. You want to align there. So this is going to help bring your attention to a critical turning point healing regarding that, as well as you are feeling so swell about being you under this sky. So capitalize on it, use it. If you've been thinking or wondering or pondering the possibility of, especially Cancer moon, but all Cancers, buying a home, selling a home, shifting your home, expanding your home, Venus will help you do that, redecorating your home in luscious ways, getting a new job, a new place of employment, getting a new pet, getting a new rental property opportunity, Jupiter, Venus, rental property, pet for your home, blessings and beautiful positive energy. While this is occurring on the 9th, 3 days before and after, it spills out over the course of almost 1 year. So it's a new setup. You had the same kind of vibe happening last year in July. Let's go on, shall we? We'll be doing a deeper dive all signs video on my channel, so please subscribe. So when I put more minor asteroids and fixed stars into the mix, you'll get more of information then. Wow, it's nice. Feel good. Enjoy yourself. Good for your health. Good for your body as well. Good for sickness and solutions to sickness. Not only on June 9th, 2 days or 3 days before and after, but over the course of a year. Health solutions come easily to you. You manage to succeed in fixing health problems. Think about mammaries, digestion, and hips, especially under your kind of sky. On the 10th of the month, Mercury squares Saturn. Mercury squares Saturn can sometimes sound like feel like or come through as information that's difficult, or conversations that are strained or hard or cold. If you're going to do the conversation, it could be with a boss, like authority figure in the 10th house of career, especially with the sun up there. It kind of feels like you might want to have a difficult conversation with the boss or someone in authority in your career space is giving you some difficult information or news. How do you receive it? Well, you're pretty graced and blessed right now with Jupiter, Venus, and you're pretty copacetic. Mercury is in a mute sign, so no fireworks here. It's likely you're the one communicating something to somebody in a position of authority above you. Most likely. Sometimes it's kind of sky, right? Because of a fallen Saturn up there where your work has felt too difficult and you're just burdened by something. You might want to make an announcement that you don't want to stick around there, that you might want to leave that job. And if you do, trust that instinct, it could be the right one. And that finally, that difficult, hard conversation with an authority figure, Saturnian authority figure, can be your spouse. You have a spouse, okay? Because Saturn rules your marriage house. So look for difficult, hard, and stoic conversations with a spouse, okay, as well. Yes, that's possible. And that's around the 10th of June, give or take a day or two on either side. All right. On the 13th of June, Venus will square Chiron. This is a nice feeling for you. Venus is definitely, it's difficult, but it's a nice feeling because it connects you to the ending of that Chironic wound in your 10th house of career and reputation. First, Mercury loved it up back at the very end of May, 1st of June. Now, Venus is giving a bit of a hard-assed push and shove. So here she is. Yeah, squaring Chiron. You feel it more exact on the 15th. And so what could it be? Push comes to shove. She's strong. She's with Jupiter. She's got her act together. And she's shoving this Chironic wound and telling him, and the Chironic wound shove him back. Do you have enough home time, pleasure, leisure, gardening, beautifying your home, pleasure and relaxation in the home? That's Venus's priority as ruler of your 4th house. And it's possible also people you live with. Are they a bee in your bonnet and a burr in your saddle or something? What do you got to do about it? Because it also connects to the 4th house vis-a-vis the work you're doing in the world and the career you're pursuing. And there may be some disconnect. At a simple level, it could be asking you to work from home and heal that wound of going to the office. On the other hand, it could be asking you to moderate your pace of work so that you have a home life that's worth enjoying. So look for this critical turning point, maybe on and off over the years with Chiron up there. You've been struggling with that balance. As possible. That's one way it could look. Or the gains of your career and all the money you make from your career, is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze, you're asking yourself? And you're coming to a clarity around what's enjoyable and pleasurable and worthy of your energy and time, especially giving you time home to enjoy your private domestic life. There is a moon. It is new on the 14th of the month. Oh, I almost forgot it. The moon is new on the 14th. New moon in your 12th house is extremely powerful because now, for the first time in your life, all of us, we have Uranus settled in here, like really inhabiting the sky for good. How are you going to break free and break through of all of your own worst habits, addictions, self-sabotage? How are you your own worst enemy? If you have done that to yourself, there's a lot of freedom and new beginnings to get away from that. And with Venus migrating into your 2nd house of what you put in your mouth and in a sextile to Uranus, breaking free of oral addictions, food, nose, things that go in there that aren't good for you, right? Break free, break through. But the new moon is setting a new beginning into place. And so this is not just a day. This is what will unfold over a couple of weeks after the new moon on the 14th and also over the course of 6 months. New beginnings in connection with foreign people, foreign lands, and foreign shores, a possibility. New beginnings also connected to things that you might want to do in quiet and solitude, including creative projects, art projects, alone time, and a new beginning that has a lot of intuitive, divine pineal gland downloads, pineal with Uranus. Some of you, my goodness gracious, what would you do with this? It's a version of you that wants to emerge that's really tuned in and tapped into the past lives and contemplation and spiritual awakening realm. Okay. And with Uranus at the bending of the North Node and the nodes of fate, are you supposed to go off to an ashram, find a spiritual teacher or guru? All of these are possible. And this new moon is opening doors for you over the 6 months that follow. Mercury is the ruler of this moon. He's in the house of your sun or your rising or your everything, your moon. It's you. You are having the new insight. You are having the new ideas. You're having the new intellectual and mental perspective on something in your life from this new moon. And it can be very spiritually freeing for you as well. Could also open doors to study, higher education, and skills-based learning. Some of you may be propelled off of this new moon to go into educational settings in the 6 months that follow this lunation. As we move forward in time, which is astrology is a time map, guys, time map. The next thing to pay attention to is Venus. It gives us a happy surprise. It's light, it's fluffy, and it's delicious. She's moved into your Leo second house. She's a boss babe. She's going to help you preserve and save money, make money, resource your finances very, very well. She's going to help you look more facially beautiful. Good time for, cosmetic procedures to your face or teeth. She'll be here in your Leo sky from June 13th to July 8th. So yes, you want to fix your face in some way or whatever, go for it. Also, beautiful speech. She also loves up your career and gives you more money. Okay, so all of that is true. So you're going to say Venus, Uranus is a happy surprise. It could involve digital income, borderless revenue, a nice money pop, like a perk or a reward financially, especially if you have, because of the sun exalting your 10th house, something in your career that puts you in touch with working for somebody who's far away from you, like the other side of a country or the other side or another country, either one, far away, distant shores. If you have that kind of alignment in your work where you're a part of an international team or you work for someone far away, then you might get like some kind of surprise money, like a bonus check or something like that coming in. So it's like bonus money from distant places arrives on your doorstep, or digital income and borderless revenue takes a surge. All right. Or breakthroughs in oral fixations and addictions through your nose and mouth. When do you get this little lucky vibe? The lucky vibe is happening on the 15th of the month, and you'll feel it a day before and a day after 15th of June. Venus trines Neptune on the 17th of the month while she opposes Pluto. Let's start with the basics. Neptune can bring divine, unconditional soulmate vibe. If you were single, you could get into a new relationship connected to professional endeavors. Okay, but this relationship would come from the work environment more likely than not. More likely than not. Professional associations, groups of belonging, friends, and work environments, new love, a bit of a divine blessing, soulmate vibe. Maybe someone up to 6-7 years younger or older than you, Saturn co-present. But nonetheless, there is the blossoming of new love. If you're already with somebody, it's not that story, okay? It could be the story of buying a beautiful new possession for your home because your career success has given you enough money to buy that possession. So, and it's been a dream to have that beautiful table, sofa, redecoration of home. And now you have the money, your career hard work has afforded you the money to make those renovations or beautifications of your home. And it's like a dream come true on the 17th of the month. And, it's not just the day, a couple days before and after. But the opposition to Pluto is its own beast. And so, yeah, I know there's a wedge there. But Pluto could be like, okay, secrets that are dark, shame, betrayal, abandonment, toxic secrets that are connected to your family of origin or somebody that you live with may be spilling out around this time. And if you've had an illusion or delusion about a situation connected to your home, your childhood, your family of origin, people you grew up with in a home, there is going to be maybe a secret that's revealed. But because it sextiles Neptune and trines, it's probably going to be better to know this and very healing or illuminating than it is difficult. That's what I'm going to say. So it's the secrets that come out are useful for you and you're happy to receive them. Secrets about your spouse or from your spouse can be involved as well. Like if your spouse has covered up something, sexual secrets, then those may be emerging at this time. Again, June 17th. On the 21st of June, the sun will sextile Chiron, opening up a beautiful blessing. And Chiron is no longer in your Aries sky, but has moved over into Taurus, where he will be until September 17th. Then next year in April, he comes back here and then stays for 7 years. Chiron in your 11th house is going to begin a journey to mid-September or so of making you feel a little wounded in a relationship to an elder sibling or to a long-range goal and plan or to your social circles and groups of belonging. And some of you might begin to want to wean away or pare away from some of those connections for some reason. Now, energetically, though, the good news here is that the sun shining its bright light in your sign, although it can make you not sleep well at night or feel tired, this energy is going to be useful to you. It's like illuminating something very direct and clear for you. When this happens, like when this energy picks up energy on the 21st, you're ruled by the moon, and the moon is in the house of childhood, home, nest, people you live with, right? So, and you got a bit of sibling activation here. So there could be some very intense illumination or seeing clearly, but healing as well around sibling relationship, one older, around siblings in general, Mercury co-present. So there's that vibe. All sibling vibes get activated, actually. Sibling healing energy. The sibling one younger than you is probably also involved in whatever this is, but it does form a beautiful, beautiful triangle. And so something is healing amongst a sibling, one older, one younger, you, the whole vibe is here. The light is shining, but I wouldn't discount family of origin secrets or things being uncovered. And the light that you're shining on it is very useful in healing. Okay. You might plan a trip with siblings. Okay. Something very simple. Or take a trip. Again, that's the sun shining illumination and clarity on a situation that you're taking charge of. Okay. You could extend that to cousins, aunts, and uncles, all the stuff I just said. Now, the sun will trine the North Node, and the North Node is trying to bring you worldly success. It was here last summer as well. So the idea would be that you want to extremely succeed, expand and grow in your spirituality, book publishing, court and legal matters to do with foreign lands and travel, as well as North Node here, just being on purpose, expand into a sense of defined purpose and meaningful life. True North. So this is the worldly success vibe. And also if you had a job like where you're second in command behind a powerful person. So this energy has been expanding your 9th house. And at the very same time, we see that this is a sun illuminating you and purpose. A spiritual level would be seeing the light of your true purpose, finding your way. With the sun as the ruler of your earnings house, true purpose aligned with money, earnings, and resources. If you're in the writing, book publishing industry, this is a golden time for you of illumination, of a worldly success, offer, opportunity, activation. It could even open up doors where you find a publisher or an agent, but it's short-lived. You'll feel the juice most effectively around the 24th of the month. And moving into the next story, I wonder how this is going to feel for you, but it is like love is hard, money is hard, but it all works out anyway. All right. Venus is in your money house, Saturn's in your career house, and they're at the 25th of the month in a flow relationship called a trine. And I know that Saturn up here means you're working hard, and you will be till April of 28. Sometimes this is like a retirement story. You're at the top of a mountain, you're going to max out, and by April of 28, you may slow down, but you're using the powerful momentum of an apex Saturn at the expense of enjoying your private and domestic home life the way you'd like. But he can bring you great money through perseverance, hard work, and long-term push. And because he's up here and he's flowing to Venus in the money house, this is money. This is earnings. This is finances. And this is vocational success done through hard work and perseverance. And the payoff is money. The payoff is financial. So you might come into a nice little time where you might get a raise, a promotion, a bonus check, or something like that. The reward is financial for the hard work that you've been doing here. Now then, Mars, who happens to rule that Saturn, crosses the sign boundary. Let's talk about it. You've had Mars in your 10th house since May 19th, leaving on June 28th. That could indicate a period of intensity around obligation, duty, and responsibility in your work environment. Oh, sorry. I just lost the sign. Mars will move into your Gemini sky, and it could indicate, because he will sextile Saturn in your 10th house, a happy ending to a time of hard work that was behind you as you were killer driven to succeed in your career gains. Okay. Like this is like, I'm going to make money. I'm going to get rewards. I'm going to escalate to a newer position. I'm going to get success. I want to have the gains and the rewards of all that drive and grind up here. That's what he's been doing. But he's like a bulldozer or a shovel. So he's not in your 10th, he's in your 11th house. He's like a shovel, bulldozer, earth mover. He's not comfortable there. He's not. Mars likes to like pull his sword and go to battle. And yeah, he's stuck there, like just pushing the bulldozer forward. So it definitely feels like you're coming off of like May 19th to June 28th, feeling like you really had a lot of hard work to do and it was taking a toll on you, maybe. Or you may have had some arguments with an elder sibling, one above you, or some difficult circumstances with friends, especially you and friends most difficult, most wounded, you and elder sibling most difficult, most wounded. After Chiron ingresses, so June the 20th to the 28th, would have felt like the sweat on your brow. You know, holy man, this is getting hard. You could have a falling out with a colleague, coworker, elder sibling, etc. You're just grinding. And then we move out of that and kaboom, but I can't show you. Mars will move into your 12th house. Now, he'll be in Gemini for 6 weeks. We'll cover that when it happens because it's going to be way down the pipeline, like June the 28th, 29th. So, but you'll be more inclined to travel long distances, for example, okay? Or cut out bad habits and addictions. June 28th, that's 6 months. But the sextile to Jupiter is what I was trying to point to. So let me get back to the whole purpose of that, what I started to talk to you about. So Jupiter, the greater benefic at 29 anaretic degrees of Cancer, is going to pull off a commercial success, money success, business success story, especially if you're entrepreneurial and you have your own business and you're your own boss. Then kaboom, the reward is here. The success is here. Take your bows. You're feeling good. Some positive momentum with a sibling, one older than you, that feels blessed and beautiful and lucky. A beautiful vibe for you to connect to the idea of a new goal or vision that you want to aim for in your life that has blessings written all over it. And you might be rewriting a longer term 4-year, 5-year plan, coming up with new ideas. Mars is like ambitious and determined and dogged in Taurus, but he's also working with blessed Jupiter. And Venus is prioritizing for Mars, make us more money. So there's a turning point archetype around the 28th of the month. You'll feel it a couple of days before, where you're seeing a clear path to a new way to make money with determination, power, and will and drive. But blessings, ease, and luck as well, Jupiter. The moon is full in Capricorn at 8 degrees. On the 29th of the month, a full moon in Capricorn will shine a big, bright spotlight in your 7th house of long-term committed love partnerships. Go back to January or so, sometime like third week of December to third week of January. There was a new moon back here. So you planted a new seed there in the long-term committed love and relationship or business partners or sometimes audience and marketplace, 7th house. Fulfillment is here. A bright light is here. It's spotlighting. It's going to be, the moon will be at 8 degrees of Capricorn. It'll more impact Cancer, sun and moon and rising. Let's say in the first 14 degrees of Cancer. Let's just give you a nice broad scope there. but every Cancer will feel this fulfillment moon. Now, when the moon is here at 8 degrees, okay, and like lighting up our sky, it does flow to the North Node and South Node axis, opening up vistas of possibility of foreign land travel or short distance travel with a long-term committed spouse, or vistas of opportunity around moving into alignment with one's purpose, as well as connecting some way purpose and meaning to spouse and long-term love. The moon is full ruled by Saturn in your 10th house. Saturn is often termination energy. You might want to complete or fulfill a legal contract to a professional obligation. Well, the moon is saying that you could do that on the 29th. Look for the 2 weeks that follow for evidence and 6 months for it to fully unfold. And the full moon in this part of your chart is also trining Chiron in the sign of Taurus. So there is a real kind of vibe of healing your career goals, ambitions, and dreams, but you could also be terminating a means by which you make money legally. So a career termination may come upon you, that you are terminated, the company goes under, or you terminate. But if you do the full moon completion energy for terminating a career path, then something better wants to come your way, because Jupiter is giving you nothing but blessings. And he's witnessing the full moon saying, this isn't your path, this isn't your job. We're going to terminate, because something much better wants to show up. Trust me on this, okay? You got to trust me, especially when you get Mars in the sign of Leo later on this year. Then you could really see something blessedly new beginning with great passion and power. All right, that's what I've got. I don't think I did miss anything. Jupiter will move into Leo June 30th. That's going to be the next video we do for July. That's going to be great financial blessings ahead of you for the entirety of a year, where Jupiter loves up your house of earnings and resources. Money is your least of your worries, right? After June 30th plus a year. So don't worry about money. If you get terminated or you terminate a job, the termination is going to open bigger blessings and better luck and better directions professionally. So it's the best termination ever. You're going to be very glad for it. You'll be, thank you, universe, for my termination. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check me out in the description box below, everything I do. Don't do readings, but I'm putting a readings referral page up on my website, but check on the description box for everything I do. Don't forget to celebrate 150,000 subscribers by capital celebrate and buying any of my courses for 40% off. Guys, I got a lot of great courses in the back end of my new site at laurilothian.com. So go check it out and go ahead and stuff your stocking full of cheap courses. I'll see you guys in the next video. Blessings to you lucky Cancers this month ahead.
Lunatic astrology.